Good morning and welcome to the third episode of the morning after the Euros. How are we doing, lad? My name is Shubh and I have
Uh,
Anshuman again with me. Yeah. Go for it. Go for it. Come on. Let's bring some energy in
yeah,
the house.
yeah,
On a
it was
scale,
okay. Yeah,
on a
uh,
s- on
go
a s-
ahead.
on a scale of 1 to Monday, how Monday was those were those three match days, or at least the third one.
Uh, yeah, the third one was an absolute Monday. Oh my God, that game was so bad. The Sweden-Spain game. I guess we'll start with that.
Yeah,
It was it was so boring. Like, and it's I won't just blame Spain for it. Like
yeah.
both teams are absolutely culpable because Sweden
Mhm.
weren't interested in trying to score a goal at all. Like I think Isak was the only outlet they had, and he had to create they created I think two or three chances, like genuine chances at goal, and they were created out of nothing by Isak. Like
Yeah.
he was very impressive in what he was able to do. The four times he touched the ball, and
Yeah.
otherwise it was absolutely
He
terrible.
was the
Oh God,
outlet, he was the input, he
yeah,
was the output. Basically, he was running the show. I mean, but the defense did. I mean, we should give some credit to the defense as well, given like they just had 15% of the
oh yeah,
possession.
no
But
credit where
Spain did
credit was
not
due.
cover
They
themselves
got a
in
result.
glory.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, in the last 15 minutes, Spain were going for it. Firstly, I didn't know why
Yeah.
Thiago did not start and why so
Hmm.
many youngsters started. And secondly, also when Spain starts slow, they pretty much like do well in the tournament. So if I am to go with
Okay.
those
Yeah.
superstitions, and also because my second favorite team to support. So I'm hoping
Hmm.
that this works out well and like just fucking play the experience, guys, man. And also, my God, the way I used to take Fernando Torres and David Villa for granted yesterday, Alvaro Morata showed me. Yeah,
Okay, are we going to beat up on Alvaro Morata or are we going to leave him? Because like I think everybody's going to beat up on him. Like it's like I've never liked Morata. I'll be very honest. Never been a fan. And well,
yeah.
yeah,
I
I've
mean,
seen those games before. I'll be honest.
concentrate.
Like that's how.
He's he's too much of a drama queen, I guess. I think like
Well, you've had like
concentrate on
six
tapping the
transfers
ball
already.
and
It's
just
kind of ridiculous.
the net, and then we'll think about you like crying. And I think he's already thinking about how he's going to celebrate the goal, and that's why he's never scoring them. I think this is one of the things.
Maybe.
Or I
Yeah.
don't know what his sports psychologist is saying to him, or even like does he have one? So yeah, I think. But like the last 10 minutes of the Spain Sweden game, when I
Hmm.
was watching, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
it can get better because they were creating more chances. Of course, we spoke about this yesterday, where I predicted 1-0 to
Hmm.
Spain simply because they didn't have strikers. And yesterday they
Yeah.
showed that they did not have the
Yeah,
strikers.
well, I think I won't blame Gerard Moreno because like when you're coming on as a substitute, it's not an easy position to be in, especially when the team is completely on the low block. Like b-
He did well,
I
like he
think he
had a
should have
shot on the
started. If
target.
he, yeah, he did have a shot on target, and it was a comfortable save. He didn't connect it with the header very well, anyways. So there
Yeah,
is
yeah,
there's a lot for Spain to work on. Like even the patterns that they were making, like it didn't look like they were threatening to score a lot. Like Sweden held their own quite well actually in that regard. I never thought that Spain are really threatening to score or they're kind of scary here. There were a couple of saves to make. That's bound to happen when you're playing this kind of format, like
yeah,
when you're playing this kind of football from Sweden's perspective. But yeah, I thought they held their own quite well.
yeah, true. The ones who did not hold themselves quite well or cover themselves in glory was Poland. My prediction, I
Oh
mean, the
yeah,
second one absolutely turned the tables in terms of me predicting 3-1 and then them they losing 2-1. What
yeah,
was that? Like, oh my God. And afterwards, I read a stat saying they've not won. They've just won one of their last 8 internationals, which is quite concerning because they were my favorites along with Spain to like get out of the group. And now it kind of looks
yeah.
tricky, especially when they have to play they have to play Sweden and Spain in the next two
Yeah.
rounds. So yeah, what did you think about that
Well,
game?
I think we saw the goal of the tournament yesterday, but credit to Milan Skriniar for that goal. What a goal that was! Like that was
Mhm.
excellent stuff.
Oh, we're talking about
And
the Poland game.
yeah, the Poland game,
Yeah.
the second goal that he scored,
Okay.
they scored Slovakia, and well, they were. They
And
were
all
pretty good. Like Slovakia was surprisingly good. Like they were attacking and they were pushing Poland. They were stretching them,
it
and
didn't
it was
it
pretty interesting to watch.
it didn't seem like it was just their second win at the Euros ever in their
Hmm.
history. So they
Hmm.
gave themselves a good account of themselves, especially considering
Yeah.
how we were talking about them yesterday, saying that let's
Yeah.
not even talk
I had
about
no
them.
expectations at all. Yeah. And this group is, I think, the most interestingly balanced group right now because
Hmm.
like the team that was expected to be beaten up on, we said that yesterday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're the ones who are actually doing the beating up right now.
Hmm. Yeah, well, and yeah, this is what happens when a great player doesn't have a lot of other great players around him with Lewandowski.
Oh, that is. But the team is not that bad. They actually have
Oh,
good, genuine, high
yes,
quality players. It's there
it's not a
is
bad team. It's not a bad team at all. No,
what's going on? Is there a historical thing that's also there that Poland are generally terrible at international tournaments? Like they don't have a good track record overall, do they? So
no, yeah. I think yeah, they're still trying to identify themselves or like make an identity for themselves since the beginning
that's
of
way too
time.
long.
Yeah,
The guy
it's taking
who
them
you're
long.
supposed to make your identity around is going to be like how long is he going to last? Like one World Cup max to max, he can stretch it to 2026. Like
Yeah.
that's how long he can play. I don't think he can go longer than that.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
But all yeah, I think it was a pretty I mean we were blown out by the result, that's for sure. Like did not expect that. Also he scored
yeah,
like he scored 3 goals in his career, but and the last 3 have come in the last 4 games. Uh but
yeah,
yeah, let's move on to because Poland have such a disappointment, and let's even not even talk about the red card. But yeah, but finally finishing on
that
this,
was a red though. Like that he stamped on the foot, so that was going to be a second yellow. That was stupid.
yeah.
So
Speaking about Chesney's first outings at the Euros, he gets his red card uh in the Euro 2012. I think he did something else in
hmm.
16 as well, and now he was like given the own goal, even though I don't think that it was his fault. It went to
Yeah,
the
it
post and then touched the back and
yeah,
then
yeah,
went the goal.
yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
wasn't facing the goal, so it's a strange kind
He
of
could
rule.
have done better with the initial shot, but yeah,
Yeah,
like it's not like he was absolutely like there was a blunder or something like that. Like we saw blunders in that Ukraine Netherlands game. That was not a comparable blunder to that.
yeah.
So yeah,
And
well, it happens, I guess. Yeah.
mm, then finally with Poland, with Scotland, Czech Republic, didn't get this prediction right as well. I said 2-1 to Czech Republic, but I did get the prediction of like Schiks.
Yeah, at least you got the side right. Yeah, because I was expecting Scotland to win this, and
But he also
I
thought that Scotland
actually,
played really well and like the
I
expected
actually
goals
did think they played quite well. Yeah,
they had like 2.91 expected goals to like
yeah,
0.91 of
yeah,
Czechs
yeah. I
expected
saw
goals.
that, and it's a good. There are problems with XG, in my opinion. I believe the the suggestion that like you're talking about XG philosophy as the Twitter
Yeah,
page, right?
yeah,
They had their thing with the expected points table and stuff like that,
true.
and according to expected points, Brighton were supposed to be in the Europa League last this year, like at the end of the
Yeah.
last season, and that is, in
I
my
think
opinion, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
I think
I want to,
they are the ones who suffered the most in terms of this philosophy of expected goals. Because you see, like the way Brighton play, they are of course supposed to score a lot of goals. Maybe they don't have the striker. They create the chances. So
yeah,
I get this concept of expected goals, especially when in a data-driven world right now at the moment. So
yeah,
it makes a lot of sense to me. But again,
yeah.
like with Brighton, I think numbers is one thing to like run an entire
Yeah,
sports.
that's kind of my point.
You cannot.
That's kind of my point.
We are not AI
Yeah,
and we are not technology and we are not robots to
not
function
even
that way.
that. Like just look at it as this. Like it's a probability number. It's that's it's probability. That's how it works. It's not that complicated to figure out how it works. Like calculating it is a completely different thing. That's not what I'm talking about. In terms of how the numbers and how the thing works, that's what it is. And my biggest problem with it is like people look at it as gospel. It's a metric, it's a statistic. Like shots is a statistic. Look at it as a statistic. It does not, it does not justify any it's that's not the only metric that you can justify any argument on. Like you can't say that Brighton are an excellent team or Graham Potter is an excellent manager just because their XG numbers are very high.
Mhm.
No, you wouldn't say that for a team that takes a lot of shots, would you? Look at it as a statistic, look at it as a metric. You can use that as part of your argument, but your argument should not revolve around XG. If your argument is revolving around that, then play the game on paper. Like why are we going out on a field and playing this? Like what's the point?
Yeah.
Like you can't keep justifying other people. Like you can't justify Graham Potter to be Tottenham manager just because the XG numbers are very high. There is Graham Potter should also be held responsible for the fact that his team cannot finish the chances they create.
Yeah. True. True.
So
I'm glad you
like
brought that up.
this is kind of a crusade for me now. Like it really pisses me off. And this suggestion about XG and about Brighton, it's not Graham Potter's fault, or it's not the team's fault. It's a good team, but the people who espouse the XG as gospel and who suggest that Brighton are an excellent team who just lack that striker and it's nobody else's fault but the lack of a striker, it's a completely moronic argument in my opinion.
Okay. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Brighton in 5 months' time. We want to talk about we want to talk about Scotland. Yeah.
That just the XG argument. Like I'm not saying just Scotland are justified to. It's easier to explain XG in a single game. Like it's just over
Yeah.
a single game. Like you can. It makes a lot more sense as a number and even then I don't think Scotland deserved to win. They played well. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So
I mean, for their first game in the Euros after 25 years, and for somebody to score like from the half line, that's quite a welcome back to the Euros.
even the first goal, that header was excellent. Like the Czech team scored and Patrick Schick scored two excellent goals, and Scotland got unlucky with their finishing a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes they didn't finish the chances that they were supposed to, and the keeper was another huge problem because the keeping was excellent.
Vladkik was on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
And another thing that I realized is like just one more point.
Sure.
Sorry to cut you off. Hampden Park was super loud, or is it that just what I thought? Like
I mean, that's Scotland. I did not expect any less like from
I was
something
blown
to come
away.
on.
Like I was so happy listening to that. Like that's the first ground that we've seen. Like it was the opposite of St. Petersburg. Like St. Petersburg and Baku were kind of terrible as grounds, right? Like
Yeah.
there was a lack of energy and stuff. But
Yeah, but you can
Hampden
expect that
Park,
like with Baku, like it's a neutral
yeah,
venue.
Baku I would expect. Like Azerbaijan is not even in the tournament. Like why the hell is Baku one of the hosts? Like that's so
Yeah.
stupid.
Oil, money.
I had another thing. Like I want you to like tell me about the game a bit, and then there is one last point that I want to bring up today.
Yeah. No, I mean I did not like get it. I wasn't like watching the game, but like following it. So
Yeah. Like I watched
uh,
bits and pieces, like to see what's going on, because I
this
think we should have watched it actually. This was because I put all my eggs into the Sweden Spain basket, and I was thoroughly disappointed. So
yeah. But the little bit that I watched,
hmm.
I mean, Scotland, like you said, like Scotland were creating some decent chances. Even Robertson had
Yeah,
a chance which was tipped over the bar by the goalkeeper, and like Vladchik was like really
yeah,
on fire. Like I think he was the one who denied them. And then with the philosophy of expected goals, like if he wasn't there, maybe somebody else would have been there. I mean, hindsight is a
yeah,
beautiful thing. So like Scotland would
yeah.
have scored like 3 on a different day, but yeah. Anyways, the result shows 2-0, and it just wasn't meant for them, especially considering that Schick also scores from the from the half line
Well,
and
yeah, that was something
curls it
ridiculous,
so
right? Like,
beautifully. And
yeah,
but yeah, it was like so awesome to, like you pointed out, to see these fans back in the stadium, which of course we are seeing it, and then the atmosphere. Didn't expect anything less from the Scottish anyways. So yeah,
yeah,
always a good time to drink at 3 p.m. in that part of the world. Is what I is
yeah,
what I thought. So yeah,
yeah.
I just hope the players were not smashed. That's why they couldn't finish the game off. Um, but yeah, on a serious note, I think because you hyped out Scotland so much, given that their next game is versus England, and if England fail versus Croatia, and then they would make a game out of it. Now I think they could still make a game out of it, but I don't know. England will have them covered for that one. But let's not preview that game right now, because you can
Yeah.
make your point and then we preview tonight's Group of death.
Yeah. So this point that I wanted to make was about this the format, like in terms of where the games are being played.
Yeah.
Why are England and like basically England is the team that is given the most advantage, right? England will play most of their games at home.
Yeah.
Like this format is fine. Like 12 different cities you want to play and you want to spread it across Europe. I understand that. But why
Probably
are
there
some
was time to
teams?
do it during the pandemic, but they didn't see that coming.
Yeah, no,
Anyways, yeah, move
that
on.
is
Yeah.
okay. No, but is shouldn't it be at neutral venues for teams to not have an advantage? Like, why are higher ranked teams getting all the fucking like Belgium don't play at home at all? Like, but why? Like, I don't get how this thing is set up. Like, if you're playing in 12 different cities, then it should be designed in such a way that every game that is being played is not a home game for either of the teams, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that there is a sense of neutrality to the tournament.
Yeah.
Like, that's how
No,
I
but
saw it. Yeah.
yeah, fair point. But when you see 2008 Switzerland and Austria, they still got to play their
Hmm.
games at home. Ukraine and
Yeah.
Poland in 12 still got to play it at home.
Oh no,
France.
but that's a host team, right? That's a host
Yeah,
nation.
but it
Like
was
the
still two countries. But in this case, of course, it's not two countries, it's 12 countries or 12 cities, however
hmm,
you like to see it.
hmm,
And out of those 12 cities, I think four of them are playing at home all their games, if I'm not
hmm,
mistaken. So Spain is one of them. Germany is playing all their games at home. UK, I mean, England is playing all their games at home. So
hmm.
you see now, like previously, the 2008 and 12, the countries were already playing at home. So, and in this case,
Yeah,
there are just three countries playing at their homes, which could
yeah,
in a different world it could have been like Spain and Germany hosting the Euros, and then these two countries would anyways
yeah.
play
But
both their
if
games.
it's a host country
I
thing,
think
then I
that
understand that. Yeah,
the thing that you're coming from, the place that you're coming from is like, why are these elite nationals countries getting to play all their
yeah,
games at home? With
yeah,
Belgium, anyways, in Belgium's group, who is it? Like they have to go to Russia and then they have to go to Denmark. So,
yeah.
and I don't know the quality of stadiums in Belgium are up to the standard to like maybe one of them is or they
Yeah,
have a national
maybe
team.
not. But then my question is regarding how are these teams being decided? Is there a meritocracy to this? Is that's
I
kind of the
think
question that I
I
have.
think to like to make it very simpler for the logistics, they just plan to give, and the fourth team was Netherlands. They just plan to give a majority of the home games to the home countries. Otherwise, ideally, how I would have proposed it was like, imagine this group: Russia,
Hmm.
Belgium, Denmark, and Finland.
Hmm.
In this group, there are two host nations, Russia and Denmark. What I was
Okay.
thinking is, out of these, between Russia and Denmark, they play two games at home and one at a neutral venue.
Hmm.
Then it would make sense because in any which case in this group, one team has to
Hmm.
play away from home. I don't know if Russia is going to play in Denmark or if Denmark is going to play in Russia. But
Yeah.
ideally, I would be like give distribute the groups in such a way that there are three host countries in one group, which is still not like logistic. It doesn't work because it's not a
Yeah.
16 game format and it's a 12 sorry, it's a 24 team like who go to the
Yeah.
quarterfinals
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
situation. So the logistics is a little bit fucked up and you need to do a lot of permutation and combination. Because
Hmm.
what I was thinking was Russia plays two games in St. Petersburg and one game in Denmark, which would be
Hmm.
against Denmark. But then
Yeah.
if it is against Denmark, then ideally Denmark is playing in Copenhagen versus Russia versus Finland and versus Belgium.
Okay.
Or
So
maybe they would
maybe
have
yeah.
taken this third game so that Denmark doesn't have this advantage of playing all three games in Copenhagen to another,
Hmm.
like go to Amsterdam or go to
Okay.
Germany to Munich, and then
Or like it could even be done in this way. Like you could just is this the format? Is this the idea behind it? Like the top ranked team in each group, they are the home team basically. Like kind of like that. Maybe that's how it's working. Like I'm just trying to figure out what is this being decided on merit? Like is
no,
England
there's
getting all
no
their home games on merit? No,
no
right? And
no
I don't like that. That's my only problem with it. That's all.
yeah, but they won't. It's not coming home, so you don't have to worry
Oh no,
about it.
I'm not worried about that at all. I told you, right? Quarterfinals, Portugal beat the shit out of them. Simple.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we have a group of dead to predict today. Again, gone over
Yeah.
20 minutes. Oh my
Oof.
god,
This today, this is a after Monday's
today is the
terrible.
day.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, I'm so scared for Germany. My God, I think they're gonna get their ass spanked. Like
Oh
Hummels
yeah,
trying to
even I'm
run
expecting that.
Mbappe, outrun Mbappe is like yesterday.
Well,
Anyways,
well,
like
France is not
I was
looking
watching the
rosy, right?
preview.
Is it?
I was
Yeah.
watching the preview on a German TV, and then they were asking how fast is
Hmm.
Hummels, and I'm like, I'm talking to my friend, and I'm like, he was never fast, and now he's so that question
And
even
he's
shouldn't,
old now.
yeah, and that question even shouldn't exist after like 10 years from his peak. So and then
Yeah.
you see, and then they give a graphic of France's front three: Benzema, Mbappe, and Griezmann, and I'm like, there's a
Ooh,
spanking on
yeah.
the cards
That's
here. I'm predicting
okay.
a
So who
3-1 to
plays with
France.
Hummels in that back line? Okay, that's a question that
I
I've
mean,
been wondering about.
now it's informed Rudiger has to go instead of Zula. Zula
Yeah.
has been injured all year, so hasn't
Yeah.
played much. Uh, there was also a debate, like, or not debate, but when I was listening to the German TV
Hmm.
about playing three at the back because so
I don't like that. Yeah.
Zula, Hummels and Rudiger, and then like
Hmm.
Kimmich plays right wing back, and then Klosterman plays left wing back. So that's already five.
Hmm.
Given how rich your midfield is, like where are you going to put Goretzka, Gundogan, and
Hmm.
Cruz? So then if
Yeah.
that's like already your eight and your goalkeeper nine, then who plays in your top two? Like between Werner, Zane, Gnabry, Havertz. So now choose. So they are
And
spoiled for
Muller.
choices. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he has to start. Uh,
Yeah.
between these five, yeah. So ideally, I would want them to play like 4-3-3 and put
Yeah,
Kimmich.
because three at the back, Mbappe is going to kill you. Like three at the back, that's where Mbappe thrives. That's the space that he wants, the channel between the wing back
Yeah,
and the
and
center
it's
back.
not like
Uh,
again like Zula is not the fastest. I mean, Zula is
Yeah, yeah,
basically Hummels 2.0, but like 197 centimeters, and Hummels
yeah,
is still like 180, 183. So
yeah.
and yeah, he also is like in terms of pace, he's the Hummels 2.0 is what I feel. So just go for the 4-4-3. Like play Kimmich on the right wing. He
Hmm.
gives you more because if you play him in the center, then where are you going to play? I mean, Cruz will play, but like then
Hmm.
you devalue Goretzka. I mean, you could still play like these are your three, but then where do you want to play Gundogan? And then where
Yeah.
do you play Muller? So all these permutation and combinations. I just think he should get the team combination right, which is the first thing,
Hmm.
and then the second thing is to win the game, which I'm not
Yeah.
looking. But yeah, I'll see like how the Germans react today. I'm looking forward to going to the beer garden and really
Yeah.
like embedding myself in the culture and like just don't embarrass me like 2018, man. Yogi. I'm not ready for that. Especially like
Yeah.
coming to the country and being here. So not ready for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be a much harder hit to take, right?
Yeah. I mean like at least I would have company in terms of like crying with people rather than
Yeah.
crying
Yeah.
alone
Yeah.
in Kazan. But yeah, what do you think about what do you think about this game?
Well, I'm more optimistic for Germany than I was a week ago.
Hmm.
That's what I'll say because dude, like what's going on with this France team? Like what's going on between Giroud and Mbappe? Like Mbappe has an attitude problem. He thinks he's because he's friends with LeBron James that got the world at his feet, which he does. But yeah, like don't act as if you do. Like there is an attitude problem with this France squad a bit. They need somebody to shut this thing down. And is Hugo Lloris the man to do it? I don't know. Let's see how they handle
Uh,
this.
I don't know why. Maybe
Their
there's
heads are a bit swollen.
maybe
Yeah.
there's something about Hugo Lloris because I never rated him as a leader, but he always has the armband, which and then I'm kind of like trying to,
Hmm.
and he's not even the best goalkeeper I think in France. He's just there. He's just between the both
Yeah.
because he's the captain. Like one of the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
situations like that we have in cricket. You're just playing because you're the captain. Uh, but no,
Was
I
that a
think
shot at Dhoni by any chance?
no, 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 no. Of course not. I mean, the only reason I support them is because of Dhoni. Like the only reason I
Okay,
support
fair
Chennai
enough.
is because of Dhoni. So
Okay,
nothing
okay.
about Dhoni. No, I was just talking about the foreign captains in the IPL. I mean, they play
Ah,
only
okay.
because they're the captains and not because the four foreigner combination needs to be set up right. But why are we going to cricket? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they should be covered. Like I told you, like there are only two other teams who can beat them, and they are staying at home or they are on their couches. The France B and the
Hmm.
C team. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well, I'll give Portugal a shot, honestly. I'll give
yeah,
Portugal a shot. Yeah.
yeah, go for it. I mean, I think it's this group where all three of them are like just want to fuck
This is
Hungary
such a
up.
terrible group. How the hell did this group turn out to be the group? Like it makes it's
Yeah,
so unfair. I believe like they should be pissed. Like the fact that three of all three of them should be able to qualify as a good helpful thing,
yeah.
but it's a it's weird. Like I don't know how this happened. Like and maybe that's the magic of the tournament. So maybe we should be glad about it. But yeah.
Okay. Are you making a case for Hungary? Like 1 point in 3 games, and spoil the party. Not in terms of
Oh yeah, they're the biggest spoiler card in this whole tournament. Like that.
why do you say that?
How well they're the one who'll spoil the party for one of the best three teams in the tournament. Like three of the eight best teams in a tournament are in one group,
Hmm.
and if Hungary gets one result, that dooms one team basically, doesn't it? Like it doesn't doom them, but yeah, it makes their job significantly harder in the other two games.
Yeah, yeah,
So
true. But
yeah,
but it should be a walk in the park, yeah, for Portugal.
it should be, but
I think for
that's
the
not how this tournament has turned up. So
yeah, I think for the first time ever, I'm excited to see Portugal play because
yeah, actually, yes, you're right. Yeah,
because
because they'll be actually exciting to watch. Yeah.
yeah, and the poster boy is not like running the show and like being
Oh God. Yeah.
melodramatic and all stuff like that. So like they have like genuine
Yeah.
talent. Like midfield is filled with superstars and like on the wings as well. So yeah, Jota Fernandez, the midfield Cavallo. I don't know. Maybe he's too old for this. Moutinho. I don't know how long he's going to play, but in the defense, they have an experienced
I think
defense that
he'll
I can.
start most likely because that's the kind of midfielder that Fernando Santos has shown that he likes. Like they, he's excellent defensively, even though he doesn't look it, but
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does a lot of work there. So I think Joao Moutinho should expect to start. Honestly,
Mm. But like the defense, they have to choose one of them. 37-year-old Fonte or like 38-year-old Pepe. Pepe has had an excellent Champions League campaign. They didn't
I
win the
think Pepe
league.
will play.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Ruben Diaz. So
yeah,
that's a given. So I
that's
think
a good combination, though, isn't it?
yeah, fast,
Yeah,
agile, young, strong, along with an
yeah.
aggressive, yeah, ready to break your head kind of a defender in the form of Pepe. So yeah.
Yeah, not even that. He's not even that anymore. He's just
Oh yes. I
or
think now
elder
he's a
statesman
very
kind of thing, and
yes.
it suits him. That role suits him.
He's being this soothing influence now on his
Hmm.
partners. So yeah.
Yeah,
It's beautiful
exactly. Yeah,
how you age, no? I was just thinking
yeah.
about it
It's
yesterday.
it's
So
it's an interesting career arc to say the least for
yeah, yeah.
Pepe.
No, it's not just for him. Like it's just like in terms of human beings like
Yeah,
us.
no, some players are still dicks when they're 38, but yeah, Pepe is he's still a bit of a dick, but it's not the same guy like who was basically trying to break Messi's leg. If given the opportunity, he would have used a hockey stick, but you're not allowed to have one on a football pitch. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Uh Final predictions. Okay, quick predictions. Portugal, Hungary. Or are they 3 games and I always miss the third game? I'm not sure.
yeah. Even I'm not sure which the third game is. I think it would be the last group game, right? Like Group
No.
E, I think. No, Group F or something.
Okay, good.
What is the
Today there
group?
are only 2 games. Great. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
okay, that's great. Yeah,
Fine. Yeah.
yeah.
First
So
one, Portugal, Hungary, 6 p.m.
3-0.
European Standard Time, of course. So 3-0.
Yeah.
Uh, simply because they're playing at the Puskas Arena, I'm thinking like Zabitzer should like score because he's the only guy who can. Uh, okay, wait, not Zabitzer.
No, no, no. Hungary has who?
But
Even they
yeah,
have a couple of interesting players. I've forgotten their.
mm, Zalai.
You have to
Uh,
watch it once to figure out the team. Like
yeah.
actually, like
Okay.
because I'm not. I don't like. I don't want. Didn't want to do pre-tournament research for this because it. There's too much football, man. You can't keep. There's
Yeah.
limited amount of time that a person has. Like I can't. We can't keep doing it, following this all the time.
True. Yeah. Can't keep up with it. So 3-0,
Yeah.
I'm also going. Has anybody kept a clean sheet? Yeah. Okay. Italy, Spain, Sweden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Okay.
watched the most boring game ever last night, so we saw two clean sheets there. So
But we've never. Okay, and we've also seen a 2-0 with Scotland
yeah,
Czech. So
yeah,
I'm actually going for a 4-1 with Portugal, and
interesting.
then
Okay,
a 3-1 spanking of Germany. France is going to. Yeah.
yeah, I'll take a two
I
one.
hope
I'll
not. I
be
hope not. But like, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, he's wasted 3 years of the transition cycle. So it's going to come to
Oh
bite
yeah,
him.
like that's a whole nother conversation, isn't it? Like I don't think we can get into it right now.
Yeah, let's do that at the end of once they're kicked out.
Yeah,
Um,
I guess. Yeah,
all right. On that note, thank you again if you've made it through this to the end of
yeah.
the show, and we are going to see you again tomorrow in the what's it called again? The show I always forget. It's
The
my
morning
favorite.
after the
The
Euros.
morning after the Euros. All right, guys, stay awesome. See you tomorrow. Bye.